So we'll start with the AFC East and the Buffalo Bills. So Salman, who you got for the Buffalo Bills?
I went with Vontae Davis. He signed in 2018. He signs a 1 year, $5 million deal, and then I think like the first game of the season he retires like mid game and is like, I'm done with this. So that's the reason why I picked him, because he just retired in the middle of a game. It's like not a huge free money deal, but it's just like you sign a guy who retires like the first or second game of the season, like in the middle of the game. That's just odd and that's just weird. And he was just a
It's
bad
kind
fit
of
for
hard to
him.
top that.
Yeah.
I don't think that I've ever heard of that before. I don't know if I've ever heard of a guy retiring in the middle of a game. I've heard of guys talking about something happening in the middle of a game where they're like, "Oh, you know what? I think I'm done. I don't think I can keep playing at a high level anymore." But yeah, that's got to be a first. And he's kind of a weird dude. Have you ever heard him talk? You ever seen an interview with him?
Yeah, at one time maybe. It's been a while. It's been a while. He has an interesting way of talking, right?
Yeah, you know he's Vernon Davis's brother, right?
Yeah, yeah, I know that. I know that.
Okay, okay. Just making sure. So I went with another guy from the 2018 free agent class, and that is Star Lotu Lele. So this guy was originally a draft pick of the Carolina Panthers, I believe, a really high draft pick. He signs a 5-year, $50 million deal with the Bills, but it doesn't pan out. And a lot of it had to do with COVID. So he decided to opt out in the 2020 season. I don't know if he didn't want to get the vaccine, whatever it was. He chose not to do it. And basically he tested positive in 2021. So basically his career got derailed completely by the COVID-19 pandemic. He ends up playing 3 years out of that 5-year deal. He finishes his career with 5 sacks, 53 tackles, and that's about it. So just a lot of money to pay for a guy that doesn't end up doing much, but it's not really his fault, I guess. Um, and I'm wondering, does Von Miller make this list if we wait a year? Because I think he's still on the Bills, but do you think he's a contender here?
Yeah, I think he could be a contender. He could be a contender. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been pretty
He,
disappointing.
he definitely could
Uh,
be on there. Yeah, he's been pretty disappointing. He could I think he might make this list if we roll it back in a couple of years.